Welcome to another chapter of Love to RV, number 12. We're leaving Lars Hot Springs on a rainy day. Lars Hot Springs was nothing fancy. It had 30 amp service, had a store, had a gift shop, little restaurant, the bathhouse I didn't explore, so can't really rate them. But the day was also a rainy day. But anyway, across the street was the hot springs, so walking distance, you can walk across and check out hot springs, so it was great. Of course, the roads are starting to get a little tricky, and that sign says we're 203 kilometers from Watson Lake, our place we're heading to today. So this is some of the roadway. It gets to be a little compact gravel, then it gets back. Oh, look out, there's some buffalo over there. And they're roaming the streets of the Alpine Highway. Anyway, I should have parked closer, but there was a rig there initially, and it started pouring rain, so I had to wait. Anyway, it's the first Yukon sign. Look kind of how it's graffitied, I guess you want to call it, but it's kind of like stickered with all the YouTubers and people that have their stickers on here. So the backside's just as bad, and this is welcome to Yukon. Here we are. I was trying to look at people I knew. There's a couple of VWs up there, of course, I had to do them. And then don't know the rest, but anyway, there are a couple more travelers zooming by us. And there goes another one, our Airstream folks. And the biggest challenge also is time. You get stuck in these construction zones for 20 minutes to an hour. I always say there's two seasons in the Yukon and the BC. It's winter and construction. So we ran into a lot of the construction here, and there's motorcycles too. Look at that, and it's raining out here pretty good. So anyway, this is coming up on the 60 parallel here north of Canada. You're now north of the 60th parallel. In Canada, the land north of the 60th parallel makes up more than 40% of the country's total area. This land has captured the popular imagination with people, their rugged culture, rugged beauty, and self-sufficient people. The circle of latitude is an imaginary east line that runs across the earth. So 60 parallel north. It's a little monument. Here we are. People been up here where the north begins. So who shares the 60 parallel? Check it out. You might check that out. The quiz question. But anyway, it had a nice little monument here. Also talked about the trials and tribulations of some of the folks that had gone through here, the First Nation. And then this is the real sign. Yukon's larger than life. Plus, there's some strange guy taking a picture there. Oh yeah, that's me. Haha. Anyway, we're into the town of Watson Lake. Kind of a gathering point here. There's the town sign. Gateway to the Yukon. Now we are in the Yukon territory. And getting fuel. Anytime you get a chance to, you get it. Yeah, we could have done it the next town. We've only gone 200 some miles, I believe it was. But get it when you can. So our last stop was 319 miles. We put 50 gallons of fuel in, $270 US, and all that good stuff. Downtown RV Park is right across from the sign park. And next door also is a little grocery store. Kind of a no-frills place also. It's 30 amp service. It's great just to come into these parks. Our wagon masters point the way, tells us where we're going to park, where we're going to hook up, and puts us in the right spots. Because we did have some bigger rigs. We were kind of the medium-sized rig, but we had some big 45-footers, 30-footers, and smaller. So Dan's there telling me, hey, you're going to park next to there, and you're in site number so-and-so. And across the way also was the Watson Lake Cemetery, which is kind of a neat little place. Well, when these people rest in peace, they have a nice place to rest in peace. And it just looked neat to take pictures of. And there were some old graves in the 1800s there also. So the next day we got the opportunity to walk across the way and check out this too. This is a nice huge wrap of one of the robot cars. The Signpost Forest is a collection of signs at the Watson Lake, Yukon, Canada. It's one of the most famous landmarks along the Alaska Highway. It was started by a homesick GI in 1942, where he erected a signpost for his hometown of Danville, Illinois, 2,835 miles away. Visitors may add their own signs to more than 100,000 already there. When the private Carl K. Linson put his sign up, several other people added directions to their hometown. The idea has been snowballing ever since. The Signpost Forest takes up a couple of acres with huge new panels being constantly added, snaking through trees. There are street signs, welcome signs, license plate. It's been said that there's the most locations of misplaced signs in the world in this location. You can say stolen. If you want to find your sign that was missing, it's probably here now. City streets and other locations. But people do put their own signs up and make them. And we had a couple of groups, and we had our own from our tour. And behind the fence was an old fire truck from the Watson Lake Volunteers. And people, a lot of fire agencies did put their symbols on the fence from around the world. They were from New York, from California, Cal Fire actually, from all around. So here's one of our groups, Dan and Anne Marie, that put their sign up. They're from Star, Idaho. And this is Dan putting our sign up as a group. We all signed it, the kind of the rectangular one up there. Now, the round one was from last year. That one is the one we all signed. Fantasy RV Tours, Rallies, and Caravan. So some of our group came from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Randy and Chris put their sign up. And someone else following, KYD, Keeping Your Daydreams. And this is Nikki and James from Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Here's our group, 52 of us, strangers in the beginning. By the end of this trip, we're all good friends. It was a great time, great trip, and still continuing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, and like. Love and hugs from Sal and Trina.